I know it's hard, I know it's complicated, but I promised you've been waiting here forever. I had a much to say, but you're not here with me, no. We're invincible, like fire in the snow. Trust me when I say you are my beautiful world, and I'm feeling it all, we should make an effort. It's true you're so far away, and it's true you don't feel the same. But if you take my hand, we can try and go back, starting from scratch. I won't let you go, no I can't let you go, 'cause you're my gravity, and I will never leave. I won't let you go, no baby I will not, because I still believe. You're my gravity. You will never be what I expected. Different frequencies, that's why we ain't connected. You know I will make it through, I got nothing to lose but you. It's true you're so far away, and it's true I can feel the same. It's another day, you know you want me to stay, but I go my way. I won't let you go, no I can't let you go, 'cause you're my gravity, and I will never leave. I won't let you go, no baby I will not, because I still believe. You're my gravity. You're my gravity. You're calling out my name, but the echo numbs your pain. Sorry, but more than just a shadow, I'm more than just a man. You don't care how I feel, you don't know how I feel. No, you don't know how. I wash away the sorrow till my heart can beat again. You're my gravity. No, you're my gravity. I will let you go, the only thing that I know. You were my gravity, but now I have to leave. I will let you go. Why do you feel that I want? What do you think that I want? I know how to breathe into my gravity, into my gravity, into my gravity, into my gravity, into my gravity. I know it's hard, I know it's complicated, but I promised you've been waiting here forever. I had a much to say, but you're not here with me, no. We're invincible, like fire in the snow. Trust me when I say you are my beautiful world, and I'm feeling it all, we should make an effort. It's true you're so far away, and it's true you don't feel the same. But if you take my hand, we can try and go back, starting from scratch. I won't let you go, no I can't let you go, 'cause you're my gravity, and I will never leave. I won't let you go, no baby I will not.
Warning. The Duracell Cup Series data file you have attempted to access is out of date. Uploading current file now.
It's a brand new car from stem to stern, and it's never been raced at these speeds.
The next gen car is opportunity.
Everything is different with the exception of like the seat, the steering wheel, and your helmet.
Unknown creates excitement.
Talking about my generation.
Hey, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome here as we get set for coverage of full-day qualifying for the upcoming 10th race of the second season of the NNSCRA Duracell Ultra Lite Series. I'm Seth. Great to be back here in the booth. Cover this race weekend at I69 Speedway. We had two Cup drivers last time at Dragonette, Lights and Cup. Getting ready for a double header here this weekend in preparation for throwback week next weekend. The next race upcoming this weekend at Darlington Raceway. I can't say next weekend because, as you may have seen in the post that I put out there, the video I put out there, it's kind of spotty as to the availability of being able to do this every weekend, but trying at least to keep some continuity going here and getting ready for what should be a good one here at a track that is making its debut on the schedule, both on the Lights and Cup Series side. I69 Speedway in Port Huron, Michigan, a 1-mile racetrack. 31 drivers going to be qualifying here this afternoon. And we've got a couple of drivers that have already headed out onto the racetrack. There's a Browder Crown Jr., one of our former winners on the season at Sonoma 2 races ago. He's heading on out there. Jackson Haywood in the 93. There's Skylar Taylor. Third in the point standings, former winner at the season opener at Daytona. Right now clocked in at second fastest, as we'll start to have those times scrolling across the top of your screen with 13 minutes remaining in this qualifying session. So far this season, we've only had one driver pick up the pole position more than once, that of course being Dave Smith. Everybody else is a former pole sitter, has only gotten it once, as you see Dylan Young in the 16. The all-star car at Bishop Family Racing, just ahead of Skylar Taylor. Got some Cup drivers here this weekend, trying to get some extra track time in preparation for not only Cup Series qualifying tomorrow, but also the Cup Series race on Sunday. Dylan Young being one of them. Jack Mitchell in the Adrenaline Motorsports All-Star car going to be in the field here this week. Anthony McCrory is in the 55 for Garage 55, and there is the other Cup Series driver, as it was announced during the course of the off week here for the Late Series drivers, that Daniel Voiles would be piloting the number 23 out of World NOS Racing, teammate to Kyle Langland. You see him in the 26 just back there. So World NOS Racing will field 2 cars for the remainder of the season. Only Langland will run for the championship. Voiles, of course, running for the Cup Series championship, but he will run this car for the remainder of the season in Lights. One would have to assume that a big reason for that is he is a former winner this season at Sonoma in the Cup Series, but he heads into this weekend at I69 Speedway 25th in points. He's right around that cut line, so maybe feeling that if he can get some extra track time at these racetracks where the Lights and the Cup Series have the double headers, will help him with his consistency in trying to keep himself in the wild card conversation, or maybe even making its way up. It's still possible. There's still enough time into the top 10 in overall points, not have to rely on a wild card position with his road course victory. Right now, though, Boyles is clocked in 27th on the speed chart. There is his teammate Kyle Langland just up ahead. Kyle Langland been very consistent this season. Only driver inside the top 5 in points that has not won. And of course, coming up that great season in the inaugural season 1, he finished in the top 5 in the point standings there, was in the hunt for the championship, mathematically in the finale, though he was a long shot. And I've seen some skid marks here in the front straightaway, so not everybody's qualifying session's gone smoothly. And there is the culprit. That's Cat Batson in the 39, smoking on the front straightaway. Langland right now, though, third on the speed charts. I believe we've got 4 Fords right now inside of the top 5. As jumping up to the top of the board was the number 40, as Cat Batson's still trying to get to pit road. Let's see if we can find the number 40 of Chris Dollerton, who is currently the fastest here at I69 Speedway so far with a 23.551. Chris Dollerton 10th in points coming into this one. His average starting position, average finishing position, pretty similar to each other. Average starting position of 13th, average finishing position of 14th. Only one top 5 so far here in the first 9 races, 2 top 10s. He and Jackson Haywood have the least amount of top 10s, yet they are both in the top 10 in overall points. And speaking of Ford, how about a Ford that went to victory lane last time out at the Texas Motor Speedway? Craig Batson. Now, this will be an interesting storyline to follow for the remainder of this regular season, because Craig Batson is trying to combat what happened to Skylar Taylor last season. Remember, Skylar Taylor did not run the full season, so he started at a bit of a points deficit when he finally made his Lite Series debut. He went on to win 2 races, but he couldn't accumulate enough points to get himself up into the conversation for the championship because we didn't have a playoff system for the Lite Series drivers. Here, though, this season, we do have a playoff system. 7 drivers will point their way in, top 7 in points, and then 3 drivers will get wild card spots. Well, right now, as things currently stand, Craig Batson would be the 4th driver outside of the top 10 with a victory, the others being Cole Coybe, Dave Smith, and Michael Turner. So Craig Batson, he is looking to climb his way up in the point standings now to have that win make him eligible for at least a wild card spot. And he's been consistent enough, despite missing the first 3 races of the season, where he's actually knocking on the door of drivers that have run all 9 races this season. Coming into tonight, or into this weekend, I should say, he's only 3 points behind Nathan Fogler, 12 points behind Sean Galligan, 15 points behind Wes McCoy. I mean, he can start climbing it through the point standings as early as this week, dependent on how his finish goes tomorrow afternoon. And right now, he's in line for pretty good starting track position, as he is 9th on the speed charts right now. Chris Dollerton, a former Cup Series champion, now running full-time here in Lights in Season 2. And right now he is in line to share the front row with a Cup Series regular, Anthony McCurry. Right now, 2nd fastest, only 6 1/1000ths of a second off of Dollerton's lap. Dollerton with a 5.51, McCurry with a 5.57. And just ahead of him is Colin Grace, who is 3rd fastest with a 5.58, so only 7 1/1000ths separating the top 3. Now we could say it's 7 1/1000 separating 2nd through 4th, because somebody else just jumped to the top of the board, and it was Brody Kupski in the 41. Now in line to be the pole sitter, 23.515, 400ths faster than Chris Dollerton. Brody Kupski coming into this one 22nd in points, still searching for his first top 5 on the season. And look looking to become a different pole sitter on the year as well. Brody so far has not gotten a win. His teammate out of Adrenaline Motorsports, of course, Dave Smith, as we documented earlier, the only repeat pole sitter on the season. So this would mark, if he can hold on to it, the third pole for Adrenaline Motorsports this season in lights. As Kupski's going to sit on that lap time with a little under 6 minutes remaining, and he will head to pit lane. Jackson Haywood in the 93, right now 5th fastest. 6th in the points standings coming to this one, 37 points out of the points lead. Most points a driver can accumulate during the course of a race, obviously, is 47 points. That is winning the race, leading a lap, and leading the most laps. And right now, this weekend, looks like 6 drivers are mathematically with a shot of heading into Darlington next week with the points lead. Jackson Haywood is the long shot driver mathematically right now, 37 points, as we mentioned, out of that points lead. Sarah Fogelman is in the 11 this week, for those that were wondering. Trying to find the 95, our points leader Cam Wright Jr., see how he is currently doing. There he is. 6th fastest for the former winner at North Wilkesboro. Enjoys 12-point advantage over Roberto Crown Jr., our Sonoma winner, who is 8th fastest on the board, just behind him by about 10 car lengths. Jack Mitchell running in the tire tracks, the Beyblade Blast Toyota Supra out of Trackhouse Racing. The other drivers in position to potentially leave I69 Speedway as the new points leader would include Skylar Taylor. He's 27 points back. David Dixon, 29 points back in 4th. And Kyle Langland, 5th in the point standings, 32 points out. Again, we didn't see these drivers last time out because only the Cup Series was at Dragonette, but at Texas Motor Speedway, some drivers started to turn some heads. They have begun climbing through the points. Roberto Crown Jr. obviously being one of them, as he's been on a momentum streak, but some other drivers that I think we really need to keep an eye on here as we're nearing the end of the first half of this regular season. Eli Bright is now up inside the top 10 in 7th. We saw him almost win the Sonoma race a few weeks ago. Aubrey Powell, which I believe I saw her sitting on pit road in the 71 car, might have gotten onto the racetrack. Yep, just now getting back onto the racetrack in the Interstate Batteries machine. Now 5th in the point standings. Of course, she ended up going to Victory Lane back at Pocono, and after that was kind of persona non grata. We didn't talk a whole lot about her. Now she has found a consistent streak again, gained 5 spots in the standings after Texas, and Ralph Mason is starting to find his consistency again. We saw him up in the top 5 in points after the first couple races of the season. He had a bit of a cold spell. Now he's gotten his mojo back. He gained 3 spots up to 9th. So keep an eye on those drivers. They're starting to find something. We saw Kat Batson smoking, had an issue, it appeared, off of turn number 2. They have pulled out the backup car, and right now she currently sits 26th on the speed charts. That would be 26th out of 31 drivers. Of course, if you just joined us, there'll be 31 drivers at least, maximum that we know of right now, during the course of each week, with Daniel Voiles going to be running full-time here in Lights. Not running for points, though. Just running for the extra track time, the experience. .14th fastest for Sarah Fogelman, as we documented. I believe we'll see Reggie Fogelman back behind the wheel of this car next week at Darlington. Sarah Fogelman running behind Eli Bright, her teammate right now. This is going to be Sarah's 4th start on the season. 1 top 10 so far in the first 3 starts of her career. You saw Eli Bright make the dive out of pit road. There was David Dixon also on pit lane. Talked about Dave Smith and how good he's been in qualifying. Right now, 8th fastest for the Papa Dave's Chevrolet is your closing in on a minute left in qualifying, and nobody has been able to get to Brody Kupski's 23.51. It is super close the rest of the way on down. Dollarton at a 5.51, McCrory at a 5.57, Colin Grace at a 5.58, and then Jackson Haywood at a 5.60. So less than a hundredth separating second through fifth. Got to wonder if the speeds are going to be that close tomorrow afternoon when the Cup Series drivers take here to the racetrack. David Dixon, three-time Lite Series winner, former winner this season at Phoenix. Top 5 in the point standings we've already documented, but they are really struggling to find speed here, at least in the early going of the weekend. He is slated to roll off the grid tomorrow in the 28th position. Some other drivers we mentioned about Ralph Mason, Eli Bright, how they've been able to find speed and move up through the point standings. Right now, those two drivers are going to start deep in the field. Mason is 29th, Eli Bright 30th. Autumn Brooks, who gained 3 spots in standings last time out, I should say, at the Texas Motor Speedway. She's right now last on the speed charts at a 23.797, as the red flag is currently being displayed with zeros on the clock. And it looks like it is going to be Brody Kupski, who is going to become yet another different driver to start a Duracell Ultra Lite Series race from the pole position. And he is hoping that's going to translate into his first career win as well. Watching these drivers around the racetrack, though, looks like there will be quite a bit of opportunity for passing. It may not necessarily be a track position racetrack. We'll have to wait and find out. Just waiting for it to be completely official here, with lap times, I believe, no longer scored, and there you go. Session is complete, and it will be Brody Kupski who is going to be starting on the front row alongside of Chris Dollarton in tomorrow afternoon's 10th race of the season. Anthony McCurry, Colin Grace will be in row 2. Jackson Haywood, Cam Wright Jr., the points leader, another great qualifying effort in row 3. Kyle Langland, Dave Smith, Roberto Crown Jr., and Jordan Anderson, who really hit a cold streak, really poor finish at Texas, looking to bounce back and complete the top 10. Daniel Voiles going to make his Lite Series debut from the 21st position. And again, look at some of these names that are down here towards the bottom of the pylon. David Dixon, Ralph Mason, Eli Bright, and Autumn Brooks. 4 drivers that after Texas a couple of races ago, they were trending in the right direction. They will not have good starting track position, but maybe, just maybe, they've got their car set up more for the long run than for the short run in this expedited qualifying session. But congratulations to Brody Kupski on capturing the pole position. He'll be leading us to green tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope you guys will join us for that. Tomorrow at 1 as well. Cup Series drivers will be on the racetrack for qualifying. And, of course, their race here from I69 Speedway will be Sunday at 1 p.m. But thank you all for tuning into this qualifying session. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And we'll see you guys tomorrow for the continuation of our I69 Speedway race weekend coverage here on NNSCRA TV. Offline racing at its best.
The following has been a presentation of NNSCRA TV for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of the NNSCRA is prohibited. NNSCRA would like to thank all of our loyal fans, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.